Big Game Issue 3 finds a jet tracking Huck across the North Pole. The pilots know the lovable Oath is up there because he went to the local zoo and saw a polar bear that had been separated from its family, so he took the cub and headed north to track down the family and reunite them. The navigator asks how can he do that, and the pilot knows that he can track anything, and he's been running for 3 days straight, only stopping to drink a can of Dr. Pepper. The pilot thinks that this is the maddest thing he's ever heard in his life as the jet locks onto its target, dropping its nuke, killing Huck and the polar bear. In New Jersey, Simon Puny is met by 2 fraternity assassins who ask if he can really turn into the hero known as Superior. Simon knows that he cannot and could only do it for 1 week in 2010, detailing how a demon told him that he would make him a superhero if he sold him his immortal soul. The assassins are surprised that the actual biblical definition of a soul actually exists and is real, as Simon reveals that he tricked the demon and got his soul back, but in turn he had to give up the powers. The killers confirm that he cannot turn into the hero anymore, wondering what they do now. One suggests they can't hurt a guy in a wheelchair, but they know they can't take the risk, so they obliterate Simon where he sits, turning him into an explosion of colourful flowers. In Philadelphia, Danny Garcia races through the city to meet with Amy, asking what the emergency message she sent him was. Amy doesn't remember sending a message, actually getting one from Danny himself to meet at the Comcast building. The 2 vampires are confronted by 2 fraternity assassins, who use their magic to turn the rooftop into water, trapping the vampires in a cage under the water's surface. The villains reveal that they inherited their positions in the fraternity from their supervillain parents, and now they run the world from the shadows. However, now they are beginning to see the joy of supervillainy and killing heroes. They reveal they know the 2 masked people are vampires, and they had a falling out with their 3rd member of Nightclub, but they will soon get Sam as well. Before leaving, the assassins turn the water to holy water, killing Danny and Amy instantly. Dave Lazuski meanwhile mulls over putting on his Kickass costume again, knowing 15 years ago he was the world's first superhero, but he gave it all up and regrets it every day since now he just spends his time watching TV, going to a dead-end job, and spending time with his girlfriend's uninteresting college buddies. He doesn't even read comic books anymore, with his local comic shop ditching Marvel and DC in favor of Pokemon hoodies and manga. He guesses that people are just getting their heroes elsewhere now, and he wonders when he watches these real heroes with real powers, what might have been if he stuck it out for just a few more years. He knows that this is why the president's emergency broadcast asked all heroes to step up, and it hit him hard, and if it's really as bad as he says it is, Joe Biden's going to need all the help he can get. Dave suits up as Kickass again, and Val, his girlfriend, asks if this is a really good idea. Dave tells her that the world is facing a terrible threat and they have asked for all heroes to come together to form a massive team. He knows this is going to be like Crisis on Infinite Earths or a big Marvel summer event. He plans on heading to one of the pickup points in Times Square, but Val knows that the heroes currently all have superpowers and Dave doesn't. But he doesn't care, since Batman never had superpowers, and besides, Marty and Todd are joining him, so Justice Forever is going to be back for one night only. He tells Val that he needs this for himself, and as he leaves for Times Square, the Magic Order watch from a nearby roof, knowing they cannot get involved in this business since the Order only stops supernatural threats. Cordelia finds it hard to stand back and watch Wesley Gibson take out all of these heroes just like his dad did, but Charlie knows that they have to sit this one out, but again, the bad guys will always get what is coming to them. At the Fraternity HQ in upstate New York, Hit Girl and Eggsy infiltrate the base, spotting the Chrononauts' bodies being carted into the facility. Mindy thinks the fraternity is keeping them as trophies, but Eggsy notes that it's probably because of the Chrononaut technology, since Dr. Riley's suit seems to have some energy left in it. Hit Girl tries to determine what the fraternity is exactly, but Eggsy knows that they exist in a level above national governments, and it's like all of their world leaders are taking orders from them. The Kingsman agent suddenly trips an alarm, prompting him and Hit Girl to kill their way through the soldiers responding to it. Hundreds more reinforcements come for them, but Hit Girl gets an idea, telling Eggsy to cover her while she gets Dr. Riley's body somewhere safe. Eggsy covers her as she pulls the body from the capsule, but suddenly Eggsy's head explodes, killing him instantly. Hit Girl angrily fires at the deluge of soldiers descending on her as she pulls Danny's body behind some cover. Elsewhere in the base, Wesley is alerted to Hit Girl infiltrating the base. He tells Fox that he can't believe their luck, since she was the only one he was really worried about, and she just walked right into the lion's den. Wesley and Fox head down to the gunfight, finding the men have Mindy pinned down behind some cargo crates. He orders them to hold their fire, calling out to Mindy and telling her that he wants her to appreciate that there is no way out of this. Wesley warns her that he has all of his father's assassin skills along with being augmented with superhuman senses, imploring her to see some sense in this since while she put up a good fight, he always hits his target in the end, and she should ask Bobby Griffin that. Hit Girl grabs Danny's time travel device, finding it really simple to use as Wesley fires his gun, obliterating the entire area. Fox is unsure if he atomized them, but Wesley knows that he didn't do that. Something else triggered that explosion, and he wants the cameras to be checked frame by frame to see what exactly happened. 65 million years ago, Hit Girl finds herself and Danny have been transported to the past. However, she doesn't know where they've ended. However, she soon gets her answer as she's attacked by a velociraptor.